traditional knowledge and establishment of pharmaceuticals to reap benefits of IP and advance local inventions to ultimately become a shining example to the African continent.
I'm personally passionate about traditional knowledge systems, and my cabinet knows so. I believe that they form a foundation for African innovation, especially when you look at the knowledge built around genetic resources, be it for agriculture, food, health, or environmental purposes. I want to see Botswana leveraging this wealth of knowledge and making it relevant and useful for today's society. And yes, generating systems, services, products, and income.
Think about Nollywood or Gollywood. Think about Afrobeats. Already, Africa's creative industries generate over $4 billion in revenue, and this is just the beginning. And this is why Netflix has invested $160 million in African content in recent years, and Sony has launched a new innovation fund for the continent's entertainment startups.
Leveraging on emerging technology is said to be key to unlock opportunities in different sectors of the economy.
Truly indeed, the future of IP is in Africa. By 2030, the African youth will constitute 42% of the global count, presenting a vast pool of talent and trendsetters for tomorrow. Aripo continues to be at the forefront of this transformative journey, providing a platform for collaboration, harmonization, capacity building in IP. We prioritize the modernization of IP roles across our membership, promoting the leveraging of emerging technologies because the digital economy presents immense opportunities for Africa.
The creative sector is set to carry the potential on the growth of gross domestic product of countries. Therefore, there is a need for Botswana and the other Aripo member states to see how to reap maximum benefits from it. Kiletleletswe, Somolikai, BTV News, Gaborone.
The Director General of the World Intellectual Property Organization, Mr. Darren Teng, says his organization is willing to provide Botswana with the right tools and training to help the country diversify from a resource-based economy to a knowledge-based one. Mr. Teng shared their intention during a visit to the Botswana Digital and Innovation Hub yesterday.
The World Intellectual Property Organization Director General Mr. Darren Teng says the organization should contribute to the economic growth of developing countries. He expressed his intention to provide various kinds of assistance to Botswana so that it can leverage on its intellectual property, such as its indigenous knowledge, to become a high-income nation. The Director General also expressed his belief that Botswana has the potential to turn into a country rich in knowledge and technology.
In charge of the WIPO Academy. And the WIPO Academy trained 270,000 people over the last 2 years, including 40,000 from Africa. Unfortunately, only 1,314 are from Botswana, so I'm sure we can improve the numbers.
He said that they can also provide assistance to universities so they can more effectively contribute to the country's focus on intellectual property.
We also help to write the IP management policies for research institutes. And in fact, I believe that some of you here may be from the different universities. I met Professor Norris is the new Vice Chancellor of the University of Botswana. So we're talking about how to bring a Masters of IP program to there. We're talking about how to deliver the practical training, help the universities, right, put in place the right IP management. I remember, I'm not saying IP law, but the right IP management policies in your institutions on that.
Already in terms of the national IP policy, there is a provision to have a coordinating structure. It's already there. And we've actually made invitations through the Ministry of Trade for institutions to give us representatives. And I'm happy some institutions have responded, others we are still battling, but our desire was that, you know, by the first quarter next year, we should bring that coordinating committee together.
The Director General also expressed his belief that Botswana has the potential to turn into a country rich in knowledge and technology.
The Institute of Development Management, IDM, graduates from Botswana, Lesotho and Eswatini have been urged to use their newly acquired skills and expertise to help drive national and regional goals which seek to expedite economic and social development in their respective countries. This call was made by the Assistant Minister of State President, Mr. Dumizweni Mthimkhulu, in his remarks during this IDM 17th joint graduation ceremony in Tlokweni this morning. Monica Seswayela.
The IDM 17th joint graduation ceremony brought together graduates from Botswana, Lesotho and Eswatini under one roof. Over 1,500 graduates were being awarded academic certificates for having accomplished their master's degrees and diplomas. However, a call was made for them to continue cementing the relations and cooperation between the three countries.
Class of 2023, as you ascend the stage to receive your well-deserved crowns, make a deep reflection on how your newly acquired skills will help our countries meet their national goals, how you will contribute to the regional growth and to the global imperatives. Rather than viewing change as a threat, we should look at it as an opportunity for self-improvement. We therefore require a shift in mindset to embrace it.
Government's role in paving a way for a brighter future for its people was emphasized.
My prayer this morning, honorable ministers, is that the decisions that we make in boardrooms, the acts that we pass in parliament, will be those that will give the girl child, will give the boy child a better future, a future with vast employment opportunities, decisions that will enable and support entrepreneurship for the youth.
The class of 2023 valedictorian shared with the graduates a word of encouragement.
I pray that as we live today, we aim beyond just making a living. We reach for the stars and with those diplomas and degrees. Let us challenge ourselves more and explore the world beyond our individual countries. I would like to believe that whilst our countries face economic challenges, there equally are some opportunities out there awaiting for us to claim.
Institutions of higher learning were urged to collaborate in finding solutions to the various challenges facing the African region, such as unemployment and poverty, through providing quality education. Monica Seswayela, BTV News, Tlokweni.
The Ministry of Youth, Sport and Culture in Sabong has been granted a budget of 1.5 million pula for the fiscal year 2023-2024 to support aspiring youth entrepreneurs. This was said at the ongoing Sabong 4 Council meeting. Kulebogile Riposani was there.
Since its establishment in 2009, the Youth Development Fund from the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture has financially supported 401 businesses in Kalahari South, providing a combination of 50% loan and a 50% grant. The ministry aims to fund a minimum of 50 businesses in the current year.
1.550 million. The
2023-2024 financial year, we have been allocated 1.5 million for the Youth Development Fund. We fund manufacturing, agro-tourism, and various businesses in the services sector. The Youth Development Fund has contributed significantly to youth employment. There are many successful businesses that were funded by YDF. In Rakibani, for instance, agric enterprises are thriving. The youth are reluctant to apply for YDF because they are afraid their businesses may fail.
management wa bone o le poor.
Mr. Mpela concluded by stating that the National Arts Council now oversees the arts and culture grant. As a result, he advises that creatives apply directly to the council for assistance. BTV News, Sabo.
Chobe Land Board and Wildlife Conservation Research Unit, a non-government research organization that conducts research on wildlife movements in the Gaza region, have signed a 2-year memorandum of understanding. This partnership aims to support the Land Board in effectively managing its land resources and addressing challenges such as the scarcity of land. Iole reports.
Chobe Land Board has entered into a 2-year working relationship with Wild Crew to enhance the management of limited land resources and prevent conflicting land use allocations.
Memorandum of understanding mo go tileng gore thusa re mo kgaolong gore Chobe Land Board e tse ditshwetso tse e leng gore di maleba ha go ta go ka bonya lehatshe ka gore ta re dirisa boranyane e gona le gompieno ka re tsamaya la go re tare le ba ka matho.
A lot of the human-wildlife conflict that we see are as a result of the allocations or the decisions that we make as allocating authorities, because we realize there is no communication between departments or between stakeholders with different interests in land, and also the community at ground level are not involved in land use decisions, but they are the custodians of their land. Land Board is just an allocator, but it stands to represent the interests of the communities. So this model that we are trying to come up with is trying to bring together all these stakeholders and have each stakeholder have a say in allocation.
The University of Florida joins as a technical advisory partner, leveraging GLUSIS technology to aid decision makers in the district's land use planning unit.
The framework that we are using is called GLUSIS. Basically, it is a process that guides us to look at potential conflict between different types of land uses, and we can use the geospatial techniques and remote sensing techniques to identify potential land use conflicts.
According to the District Land Use Planning Unit, this training will empower them to make well-informed decisions when advising the Land Board and Council on land use planning within the district.
Because for now, we have developed our Chobe District Integrated Land Use Plan, which needs to be updated. So from here, we can also manage to update our plan according to the needs which are required currently in our district. Also, it will assist us in terms of guidance like special economic zones. We are also going to, in development of the district development plan also, when we are doing our plan for NDP 12, DDP 9, it's also going to guide us in terms of what is suitable, what can be implemented in our area at large, looking at how we allocate resources.
The ultimate goal is to enable authorities and decision makers to address human-wildlife conflicts and manage the environment sustainably and efficiently. BTV News, Kasani.
Officer Commandee for District Number 11, Senior Superintendent Modise Rabatswane, says as police, they are deeply disturbed by incidents of looting and arson that took place in the village last night, allegedly sparked by the ongoing murder case of taxi driver Mr. Penyo Jacoba. Jessica Pilani and Bokamoso Kusafaro.
Cases of missing persons in Mulepolole continue to escalate just days after the funeral of a local taxi driver Penyo Jacoba, whose corpse was found lifeless and badly decomposed. Some outraged Mulepolole residents went on a violent spree. After identifying a compound believed to be the rented house of one of the murder suspects, the mob set on fire 2 thirst roundabouts, burning them down. Efforts by the police to suppress the situation proved futile as the protesters engulfed other parts of the village.
We apologize for that clip without sound. Now, Kgosi Kgari III also raised his disappointment over the behavior of some Molepolile residents who destroyed public property last night. Some of the property that was destroyed include parts of the main Khotla. Jessica Pilani.
Angry protesters last night took to the streets of Molepolile, setting ablaze some public and government buildings, amongst them the Khotla. The Khotla shelter, which was recently refurbished, was set ablaze, leaving Kgosi Kgari III dismayed at how the public chose to deal with their displeasure.
Se se letseng se diragala kana ke tolomolao ke boganana le bosenyi so ga se sepehela se se ka amogelesega.
Kgosi Kgari III continued to state that the perpetrators will face the full wrath of the law.
Go na le tsamaiso ya semolao gore yo tolang molao ga go ka lemogiwa gore ke mang go a tshwanela gore go nne le dikgato tse di tsewang a o thaiwe go ya ka ga molao gore motho yo o irang eng o thaiwa ka tsela e ntseng jang.
The residents are called on to find better ways of voicing their frustrations, as destroying public offices is a setback and also hinders service delivery. Jessica Pilani, BTV News, Molepolile.
You're watching BTV News and thank you for staying with us. Now, moving on, shortage of professional accountants in Botswana is said to have a negative bearing of the economy. As such, institutions of learning have been encouraged to help address this situation. This call was made by the Commissioner General of Botswana Unified Revenue Services, BRS, Ms. Jenny Makgolo, at the 5th BICA graduation and awards ceremony in Gaborone. Yengi Malemoyo compiled this one.
Botswana Institute of Chartered Accountants, BICA, was established in 2010 with its first intake of qualified accountants registered July of 2011. The institute reports very few numbers of those registering with them, a situation worsened by the small number of accounting graduates.
While the government has played a significant role, there is a call for broader involvement from various sectors of the economy to support the BICA qualification. I therefore urge all stakeholders to consider how they can contribute to the future of the BICA qualification and the development of the accountancy profession in Botswana.
Let me shed a little bit of why maybe it was a bit difficult for us, the early students. I think we were the third group, and we were the largest. There was 50 of us. Up to date, I'm not too sure. I think we have less than 10 graduates, if I'm not lying, from our 2013 class, out of 50. We did not have any graduates back then. And our lecturers, as much as we were learning, they were also learning the BICA qualification. All we had was each other. We were teaching each other, and we relied so much on our class.
In an ever-changing world where economic challenges and uncertainties are the norm, the role of chartered accountants becomes even more critical. Therefore, the graduates with their knowledge and values acquired at BICA are said prepared to take on this responsibility with dedication and excellence.
I have been in BICA for the last 2 or so years now, and so far I've come to the awards ceremony, and I have gotten best student in 3 subjects and best overall in professional level. So this has only proven to me that I can just keep going no matter how hard it is.
That qualification means something. Honor it and cherish it. But you are also the backbone of the economy. And the things you do with integrity is what will propel us forward.
Since 2011, BICA has produced 33 graduates, the 11 that graduated over the week bringing the total to a measly 44. The qualifications offered by BICA are well known for their rigor and high standards. As such, involvement of more stakeholders could help improve these figures. Yenga Malimoyo, BTV News, Gaborone.
The Minister of Communication, Knowledge and Technology, in collaboration with the Dare to Dream NGO, held the National Robotics Competition to encourage learners to use technology to solve daily problems. The competition attracted 250 students from 25 different schools across the country. Kumiso Mapanyani reports.
Robots are widely used in more developed countries, especially in design, construction, to perform functions traditionally attuned to human beings. Therefore, upskilling the student to be more innovative and use technology extensively will be vital.
Learning robotics and coding as students today gives one a good chance of employability in the future. Future-proofing requires us to employ strategies to ensure our professional skills and expertise remain relevant and adaptable in the face of technological advancement and the changing job market. Distinguished students, let me talk to you about what you inherently learn through building robotics. You learn problem solving and critical thinking skills. As you devise solutions, you learn to analyze problems, in the process developing logical reasoning and the ability to approach challenges systematically. Secondly, you learn creativity and innovation. Robotics and coding foster thinking beyond the normal and obvious challenges. You'll find simple solutions to challenges that others find too big and difficult to overcome. You learn collaboration and teamwork, and this is very important.
Learners have been further encouraged to shift their focus to STEM subject, as that is the perfect platform for them to familiarize themselves with the notion of innovation and creativity.
BDIH is a national agency committed to fostering an innovative culture and ecosystem and stimulating enlightening conversations around innovation. We continuously aim to provide support to our stakeholders, including Dare to Dream. BDIH is mandated to facilitate and support the innovation ecosystem in Botswana, to bring together the different players in the ecosystem to develop innovative products and services. We provide our innovators with capacity trainings, seed funding through Botswana Innovation Fund, acceleration and commercialization services. As we eagerly anticipate the upcoming competitions, let the spirit of collaboration, innovation, and the pursuit of knowledge fill the air.
Teachers were further encouraged to motivate students to focus more on studying challenging subjects, as that can pave way for them to be creative thinkers. Kumiso Mapanyani, BTV News, Gaborone.
The Secretary of Kgalagadi Land Board, Mr. Nicholas Motlogelo, urged newly appointed board members to work diligently to ensure that they allocate plots on time, as the Land Board has only managed to allocate only 1,732 plots out of the 4,325 target set for the 2022-2023 financial year. Mr. Motlogelo said this during induction of the new members in Tsabong. With more.
The newly appointed Kgalagadi Land Board members have a monumental task ahead as they strive to clear land allocation backlog following the ministry's decree for land boards to allocate 100,000 residential plots nationwide before the end of this financial year. Kgalagadi Land Board Secretary Mr. Nicholas Motlogelo said the backlog is caused by people who fail to show up during land allocation times and those who only want to be allocated land in Tsabong.
For the financial year 2022-23, we had a target of 4,325.
We have managed to allocate 1,732 plots instead of the targeted 4,325.
Mo go le di le di go ka biwa na le di layout plans tse leng gore tse dingwe di go di counseling that di counselor ga re ra counselor tsa bo le a bontsi tse dingwe di go Department of Service and Mapping tse dingwe di setse di register local.
We have laid out plans and we are waiting for approval to start allocating plots on a large scale.
Di naredi go ditse gore di loadiwe gore di a beana re tla go re simola go aba le ha tshebeletse.
The new board members say they will hit the ground running to meet set targets.
We're
going to make sure we allocate plots fairly.
As first time ke tsena mo second time ya me ke le leloko la Tsabosa Plan Board. Experience ya me ke ba baditsa ke gore ra khona go diaba mme process ela e re tsona ga nyelone ya gore se sene gone e telle bile gape e bonya.
A very sensitive job and it has to be treated as such.
Bona ba le disasate data ba kopi wa khona la sentela re khona go ba thusa mme se tsere ngora gore
Damotogola pleaded with residents to stop selling their plots, stating it defeats the government's purpose of ensuring that all eligible citizens have equal opportunity to plot ownership. BTV News, Tsabo.
Good Hope District Council Chairman Mr. Kinaloane Motsathebe happily welcomed the pronouncement of the construction of a 58-kilometer road network in his district, which is scheduled to start before end of this month, explaining that the construction of such roads in the area will ease movement in the district. Mr. Motsathebe expressed this when addressing a full council meeting. Lone Sekobo reports.
In the recent State of Nation address delivered on the 6th November 2023, President Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi confirmed the construction of the 58-kilometer road network linking more than 10 villages in Borolong district.
The following roads, which will be designed and constructed: Good Hope Khoro Gatwane, 14 kilometers, covering Rakuna Ngwatsau Sheep Farm Malokaganyane Road Link, 21 kilometers. Dinatsana Pitsane Potoko A1, 6 kilometers. Dinatsana Bethele Khoro Link, 10 kilometers. Access Road to Hamajalela, 7 kilometers. Sekokwani, 3 kilometers. Mogwalale, 2.5 kilometers. Musi, 7 kilometers. And Pitsane Molopo border, 1.5 kilometers. It was indicated that we should expect the commencement of these projects in the month of November 2023. Furthermore, Good Hope District will be one of the districts that will benefit from water and electricity projects. The Good Hope Water Supply Scheme will be completed before the end of the financial year 2023-2024.
Despite implementation of mitigating measures involving counseling of learners in conjunction with community leadership and parents in general, some schools in the district continue to observe a high rate of school dropouts.
Ba e leng gore ko dikolong o bua le gore bana ba dropile ya lo ba le 28 ke kgwetlho e tona hela mo kgaolong ya me se se supa gore tota hela re tshwantse gore re thusanya re le maphata a harologaneng ke dibile maphata ona a sepodisi a bo mma boipelego mme hela go gongwe ke la tlhelela ka gore le bone bana ba batsadi re buile le bone re le leadership ya motse gore tota kgang ya ga sa rona re le nosi re le leadership e tshwanetse re emela ka dinao
go dira ditsela mo dikgaolong tse leng gore ra di bona se di tsweletse wa amile dinatsana Pitsane Potlokwe dinatsana Bethele ke tsone tse di amang kgaolo ya methathata tseo ke di lebogele se sengwe se se mmakaditseng thata ke borukutlhi bo amileng thata motse wa Pitsane borukutlhi jo bo isa ditlhabololo ko morago ka tsela e nngwe e hagamatsang.
Good Hope District Council Chairman further commended the newly established agricultural program Temoletlotlo, which replaced its PAD program, noting that it will help in boosting and growing the agricultural sector, which is the mainstay in the Morolong area, hence encouraging councillors to embrace this program and reap its intended benefits. Lone Sekobo, BTV News, Good Hope.
Well, and that is the news at this hour. Do stay with us. Liza Osakeng on standby to take you through the world of sport. Good evening, Liza. We meet again.
Yes.
Now take it over.
Thank you so much, Olibile. Good evening. My name is Liza Oseke with your World of Sport. And in our first story, it will be a top versus bottom battle tomorrow at Obed Itani Chilume Stadium in Francistown as BDF 11 takes on struggling Nico United in a Botswana Premier League Week 8 encounter. The Army side rose to the summit of the table last weekend after defeating Security Systems, while Majombolo's early struggles saw them go down to Tafik to remain winless this season. Khomotso Sefako reports.
BDF 11 have managed to collect 14 points from 7 matches, recording 4 wins, 2 draws, and a loss suffered at the hands of Police 11. Matebele currently boasts the best defensive side in the league, having conceded only 2 goals in the campaign. These SKB-based outfits still need to improve their fortunes up front, as they have found the back of the net 4 times, something that is great concern to head coach Nelson Setswane.
We prepare the negatives from the previous games. We are looking at defending and attacking and the team shape. I think we are really technical group. We are BDF. I think particularly how level the efforts are within the area Metarang, which is when I had the goal opportunity area. But we've tried from last week up to this week to finish Haro. We were able to reach. We create a lot of chances. But my little worry we are not clinical, we are not finishing, we are not putting the ball into the net, and ultimately sometimes when it's like this, it will cost.
Nico United, who just parted ways with their former coach Wami Pepezino Mukoke, has had a disappointing start to the 2023-2024 season, drawing 3 times and losing 3 matches, leaving them at the bottom of the pile. The Silibi Pugo side are still in search for their first win of the league, but for that to happen, they will need to greatly improve in front of goal as they notch 4 whilst conceding 9. Following the departure of coach Pepezino, it will be up to Patrick Molefe and Munambizi Sunday Kilebale to revive Majombolo's season. In the last 16 clashes between the two sides, the Army side have chalked 6 wins and 6 draws, while Nico United have emerged victorious on 4 occasions. In other matches to be played over the weekend, Security Systems visit Holy Ghost at Lobatse Sport Complex. Newcomers VTM will be eyeing for their second win of the season when they lock horns with another struggling side, Morupule Wanderers, at VTM Arena. Swa Flamingos entertains informed Tafik at Swa Town Council Stadium, while former league champions Gaborone United run up the Saturday's games at the National Stadium against 11 Angels at 7 p.m. There will be a single game on Sunday as Township Rollers welcome League Rockies Matebele at the National Stadium at 4:30 p.m. Khomzo Sefako, BTV Sport, Gaborone.
And finally, the battle to finish the first round on a high note will continue this weekend in the First Division North League with a full round of matches in Week 7. In Serowe, Green Lovers welcome Motlakase FC at Masilo Grounds as they look to improve from their current 10th spot in the log standings. Khomotso Sefako continues.
Green Lovers go into the weekend's encounter looking to bounce back from a 2-0 defeat against Mbalagalungu. The Marines have managed to collect 6 points from a single win and 3 draws whilst losing 2 matches in the process. Lovers will be banking on their marksman Ignatius Ramasala to get them the vital goals.
The boys are good, but trainers and they are responding to what we want to do. More game Saturday. And you know, they know.
And that is it for sport this evening. Olibile Samoka is standing by to give us a reminder of our top stories. Khaizereke, will you do this again tomorrow?
Let's do this again tomorrow for the rest of the weekend.
Of course.
Thank you so much. And that is the news. Let's take a look at stories that we're making headlines. The African Regional Intellectual Property Organization urged to come up with transformative strategies to develop the continent. Police managed to contain riots and acts of arson in Molepolole. And in sport, BDF 11 to take on struggling Nico United in a Botswana Premier League Week 8 encounter. And that was the news. Thank you for staying with us. Where is up next?
Good evening, welcome to tonight's weather forecast by Ms. Victoria Kosiami. Let's start off by looking at rainfall amounts recorded this morning at 8 a.m. We have 10 millimeters at Chakumucha Primary School and Middle Peats Primary School, 5 millimeters at Khansi Met, 3 millimeters at Kazungula Primary School and Kazungula Police, 2 millimeters at Metsimantla Khotla and Metsimanto Primary School, 1 millimeter at Zabong Met Station, and a few drops at Plateau Primary School. Looking at tonight's satellite overview is showing some partly cloudy conditions across much of the country. For tomorrow, we're expecting partly cloudy conditions with isolated thunder showers over much of the country except for the Northeast District. In the morning, a hot morning is anticipated of around 20 over Khansi, 22 over Zabong, Jwaneng, Gaborone, as well as Kasane, 23 over Francistown and Silibi Pico, 24 over Letlhakane. In the afternoon, extremely hot temperatures are expected over Ngamiland, Chobe, Central and Northeast, Southern and Southeast Gauteng and Kweneng, ranging between 39 to 41 degrees Celsius. For Khansi, we're expecting very hot temperatures of around 36, and hot temperatures over Kalahari ranging between 33 to 34 degrees Celsius. Looking at active wildfires, as indicated by this red color, is showing active wildfires are continuing to burn over some areas of Botswana. The probability of fire getting out of hand is showing very dangerous to extremely dangerous conditions. Therefore, the public is advised to handle fire with caution. On Sunday, we're expecting partly cloudy conditions across much of the country with isolated thunder showers over Khansi, Ngamiland, and Chobe. That extremely hot temperatures are expected countrywide of around 39 over Khansi, Southern and Southeast Gauteng, Southern and Central and Northeast, as well as Chobe, 40 over Zabong and Tshwane, 41 over Maum and Letlhakane. That's the weather forecast. Have yourself a good night.
Ratswelela mothusa manamisa mafoko a sepodisi sa Botswana Senior Superintendent Nieba Gali o kopile setšhaba go ba fa nako ya go wetsa ditlhotlhomiso tsa bone ba sa go gomoge maikutlo. Re Bagalo bile se jaaka na le kudisa babegadikgang ka seemo sa dikgoberego tsa kwa Molepolole morago ga go bolawa ga mokgweetsi wa dipalamo tsa setšhaba Re Phenyo Jacob.
Bagaso re mo Molepolole ya ka le bona re le mo Molepole yana re tsile jana ile gore go na le dikgang tse ile gore